Hello everyone, my name is Tammy. Welcome to my channel here at Mystic Creative Cottage. I come to you with a older challenge from back in July. It was called July Junk Journal Challenge, hashtag JJJC2025. This was hosted by Leigh at Leigh Creates. Her channel is also called Leigh's Art and Junk Journal Wonderland. That's it. And I have never done a video before. This is my very first one. So I hope you forgive me for anything that goes wrong. I've been having technical difficulties and everything, so please forgive me ahead of time. Anyways, let's get to it. Oh, actually, wait a minute. Hold on, I forgot. I do want to do some shout outs and some mentions. First of all, to Maggie at Journaling with Maggie. She's a friend that's been inspiring, and she has, encouraged me and showed me support, become more closer to the paper craft and junk journaling community and sharing some of my works and everything. I have, done other stuff like, a little bit of scrapbooking, not very much, but I've done art and DIYs, crafts, most of my life, but I'm still quite new to the junk journaling though. I've only done probably 6 to 8 months on doing it, and I'm still learning a whole lot. There's so much to learn out there. But like I said, I wanted to do some shout outs and some mentions, as well to those that subscribed. I really, really, really appreciate you subscribing to my channel. And those of you that have commented, which I want to give a shout out to, which is Barbie Daily, dash Rural Life in the Valley. Her channel is called at Barbie Daily / Rural Life 40. And then there was Katie at I Like to Cut and Paste. I have always loved her channel name. I just think it's so cute. And again, her channel is hashtag I Like to Cut and Paste. And I also want to thank at Traveling Ghost Hunters. I'm going to call this person ones and zeros. I know who this person is, but I'm not going to say all the ones and zeros. And then there is at Who Cares 9395 and Moonraven. Thank you so much for posting and liking my post and subscribing. Seriously, I cannot emphasize that enough. Like I said, if I keep on saying I apologize. Like I said, I'm really, really nervous, and so I have a little bit of anxiety going on, I think. So I think I do that when I get nervous. But further ado, this ribbon here, I just put this on here because it's like a signature basically instead of a journal per se. But I put this ribbon on here because it got a little thick. I haven't glued it on there. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this ribbon or I'm going to find some sort of cream colored lace or whatnot. So I'll start with how I sewed this. I just learned this stitch here. It's apparently called a what's it called? Chain stitch. That's it. I'm sorry, but it's a chain stitch and it's kind of decorative, and I really like that. I did put lace here and here. I was going to put it all the way around and do it in the back and everything, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just put it here and here. It looks pretty good, I think. And this used to be a box. It belongs to my husband. I like, oh, hey, can I have that? I'm going to cut that up and probably use that. So I took it and I took one of the dauber things with a little round sandpaper disc and sanded it down to make it look you know, grungy and old. And then I used vintage photo distressed ink, and I made it look more distressed. And then I collage some stuff on the front to give it a kind of a vintage look a little bit more. And if my voice sounds groggly, it's because my allergies have been really bad lately, so I apologize for that too. In the front here, I got a little corner pocket side tuck so that I could tuck the prompts for Leigh's challenge. So I don't know if you can see it, but I got little dots. I did a little decorative on there. She did doodles on there. I thought they were so cute. And then I made little star things with my gold gel pen when I completed them. And I do have multiple ones on a page, and I also, let's see, what was it? I have blank pages. I don't know if I'm going to use them as journaling spots, or if I'm going to like put something on it later. I mean, I probably could have done most of the prompts on most of the pages, but there were just a bunch of them I wanted to put together because I felt that it was what I liked anyway. So the very first one is one that is like down the list quite a ways. It is prompt number 22, ticket, and I have a little pocket here. I don't know if you can see that, if I can get it open, but there's a little pocket here, which I was planning on putting like little tags here, like ticket tags, but I haven't gotten any yet to put in there. And when I started this and everything, I had paper and some items and everything, but I didn't have a lot. So I was like just working with what I had and little things that I had bought to try to do this challenge. And so I have a stamp here that I used like letters to stamp here for Admit 1, ticket, and then stamp these on. And this is actually cardstock parchment, and I use vintage photo to ink the edges. And on the back there's plenty of space for some journaling space, and they're all three like this. I have 3 of them in here, and they're all the same. And then I have some packaging paper, which I just like. It's kind of thin, but it's wrinkly, and I like the way it's wrinkly and it sounds. I don't know why either. But if anybody else loves paper, they'll probably understand. And then I took these little scissors that have the little wavy things and cut it and made it more decorative. And then on this page, this is my torn edges. This is prompt number 1. And I wanted it kind of vintagey looking and stuff, so I edged and inked everything. And then even though I got a page for birds, which is one of the prompts, I have a little bird here too. And this was fun. This is the first time that I torn pages and inked them the way I did and collaged them like that. And I had a blast. I don't know what it was about it, but it was so relaxing, and it de-stressed me. I really like collaging, just like gluing paper on top of paper, tearing it and everything. The first time I ever tore book pages, I actually had a little bit of anxiety about it because my dad was really particular on how you treat books. And when I first wrote my first page, I had so much relief about it that it was just kind of a little out there. But I really enjoyed it. Like I said, blank pages. Don't know if I'm going to do something with them or make them journaling spaces. This one is a couple prompts in one. This is one of the ones, well, there's a couple of them that can be considered the prompt tag, number 5. but this is Touch of Gold, prompt number 2, and prompt number 11, Scribbles and Doodles, and let's see, Touch of Gold, Scribbles and Doodles, and possibly tags. Quite a few of them could be considered tags. But anyways, I'll take these out and show you. I collaged them. I used some washi stickers, which I really love, and I collaged these. I had a lot of fun making these, and they could be used as also journaling space. I took a gold gel pen and dotted these. I don't know if you can see that very well on camera and everything, so it gives another thing of touch of gold. And then I also had these stamps, corner stamps and a butterfly stamp, and I used gold stamp ink, and I stamped these. And this is, of course, you know, as you can see, it's a double pocket. Put these back in here, because if I don't, I'll forget. And then I have these ones. Again, I did little collages, and I dotted them, and I used some more washi stickers and papers, and I dotted around. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure if you can or not, but I thought they turned out pretty cute. And I also used one of those scissors. This one is very difficult to use, let me tell you. I had to cut this. I think that's the reason why this one's shorter, is because I had to cut this one a couple times. So, yeah. I like them, but then I don't like them. Oh, and the other thing was the lace. I have the lace in the front, but I also have the lace here for the prompt number 9 for lace. And then this one is my prompt number 18, birds. I didn't do anything special except for putting this bird textured paper. It's textured, I really like it. And I put some washi stickers here, and I took a little bit of vintage photo and put it here. And this already had some like distress on it, but the lighter ones I put a little bit more distress to give it a bit more older, more vintage look. And then I have these, and I cut the edges with the little wavy scissors, and then I did it here too. I don't know what it is. I actually like that. I think it looks cute. I like it a lot, actually. I do it too much, but then I have trouble with the scissors. It's really hard to cut, but I just keep doing it and doing it. Okay, this one is my prompt, and it can also be tags, but it's my prompt for tea bag. This teacup here, I drew this I don't know how many times. I literally kept on drawing it, and it would be really wonky, and it didn't look like a teacup. It looked like a coffee cup instead. So I went on this channel that is art for kids, teach kids how to do art. And I can't remember the channel right off the top of my head. If I can remember it and I am able, I'll put it down in the description below. So forgive me if I don't, because I really don't remember the channel. I wish I did. But I put washi stickers, some washi stickers up here on the tea bag. This is actually a tea bag. It actually didn't turn out looking really used or anything, so I took vintage photo and made it a little bit darker, and then I collaged on it with some papers and another little washi sticker. I love butterflies, so. And then here's the little tags I made. I used the, what is that called? The little tab that's on the tea bag and everything in the string, and put it here. And then I took, and these can also probably be journaling spots too, or tags. And then the string is the same string I used to bind the journal. And I use this biodegradable coffee filter, and I put vintage photo on it to make it look older and everything. But I like the way it fanned out, and I thought it was really cute, so I was like, oh, that does look really cute. I think I'll keep that in there because it looks nice. Oh, how about if I ink that? So that's what I decided, and that's how that came about. This one is a couple of the prompts as well. This is number 6, one color, number 7, stamp it, and number 3, botanical. I know it's black stamp on green, and it's a pretty bright green too. And I think I inked these with ground espresso. It kind of looks like black soot, but it's actually ground espresso. I try to use vintage photo on a green like this before, and to me it looked awful, so I made sure that I used ground espresso on this color. But these can also be journaling, because this definitely looks like a journaling card here. And I think it's a lot of room, and even these I don't really consider tags per se. To me, they're more like journaling cards. And we have the botanicals stamped all over them, and then same here. I love this stamp right here. It has butterflies and, you know, like lavender plants. To me, it kind of looks like it's shadowed or something. And believe it or not, this paper right here, this cardstock paper, is actually like a parchment. It's a very light green, but it probably won't show up on the camera and everything. So like I said, this is a couple of prompts. The prompt one color, number 6, botanical, number 3, and stamp it, number 7. And then I'm not going to show you that one yet. This is one of my favorites, but I'm not going to show it to you quite yet. I got a side tuck here with some paper, which is the same here. It's like little dots, but it's textured. I love this paper. And then you can still like write on the back because it's smooth on the back. And I use burlap ribbon, and I did stress it out more because I wanted it to look more worn and grungy. And of course I edged it with vintage photo. Same thing here. And then I use wood grain paper here, and you'll see why here in a second. Okay, my husband helped me with this one. He asked me if I had any like plastic from packaging or whatnot, and I was like, yeah, I do. And he's like, why not use it and make a window? I'm like, yeah, that's good. And then I used wood grain here as well, and I made a little ledge. I don't know if you can see it. And everybody knows if you're using something like art glitter glue, you don't have much time, and I'm not very good at lining things up most of the time, so you'll see that some of the paper is showing because I couldn't scoot it over and fix it, so that's why that's there. But I also drew this little cat. I never had done that before. I drew it and then try to fussy cut it out. I'm not very good at fussy cutting. Hopefully someday I'll have enough practice and I'll get much better at it. But for the time being, it still looks cute though. So I did out this little black kitty, and it's looking out to the ocean and these really beautiful ships. I love these type of ships. And then I got this lace, and I like, oh wow, that would probably look really good as a curtain, so I put it on as a curtain. And so this is the prompt for number 12, window or peek through. I think it might be possibly both. I kind of hope it's both. So we turn it, and you can see the kitty, like you're looking at it. And I don't know if you can see it or not. I actually used pencil to try to make it a little face. Its little collar is supposed to be a heart. Not sure if that really looks like a heart or not. And then its little legs and everything. And then from this vantage point, it looks like a staircase. It looks like, you know, the wall for wallpaper, and you can see the curtain. And then this goes on to the next prompt, which is, let's see, is number 13, map. And I really like this paper. I really like this map. So when you open it, you'll see part of the map here. Of course, it's a pirate map. I love pirate maps. I don't know what it is. I just always really liked them. I think I like the treasure, the adventure, and things like that. And I made a belly band because I had extra of it. So I was like, what am I going to do with that? I have a blank place here. Yeah, we'll make a belly band. And then I had some other scrap paper and scrap here that was left as well. So I'm like, you know what? I'll make a journaling card and pockets. So I got a little tag here that we can take out and make a little journal space. We got a little tiny tag here. So we got 2 little pockets. And I was like, well, that's a good way to, you know, utilize those scraps. And then when you open it completely up, it's like a trifold. You open it up and you have the whole pirate map, which I really, really like. At first I wasn't going to glue it in. I was going to make a hidden paper clip. And then I decided, you know what, I'll just go ahead and glue it in. If I want another one like this for something else, I'll just make another one. Because I really enjoyed making it. And here's the thing about cutting. Do you see how, you know, uneven that is? But hey, it still works. It still looks good, I think. That's what matters, right? What I think about it. Anyway, like I said, more blanks places to do more stuff with, or have journaling space. This is my prompt for number 16, postcard. I put some little washi stickers here, and then I put a little washi sticker stamp there of a dragonfly. And then I put it on, you know, for it to flip out and everything with some washi tape. This was old washi tape I had, and I glued it with stick glue, and then I had to turn around and re-glue it because it keeps on popping up on the side. I'm thinking maybe I should put some washi tape. I should have put more washi tape on the other side to help it a little bit better and everything, but I ended up not doing that. So hopefully, you know, I won't flip it back and forth too much. This is like a little postcard too. It's actually also kind of textured paper. I don't think no, I didn't make this one here into a pocket, but this is a pocket, and these have little postcards in it. And this is paper, and then I put the parchment cardstock on the back to reinforce it and to be writing space as well. I kind of collaged that one and everything, but this is just the papers. I didn't add anything to those except for, you know, inking the edges. Like I said, I got to put these in or I will totally forget. Now to the next page. This prompt is found in the forest. I had some really cool washi tape that I needed to use anyway, and this has like flowers, butterflies, a deer, birds, an owl, foxes, a badger, and then down here there's a rabbit, porcupine, raccoon, and then I made a little side tuck pocket here. And then I made this little tag and journaling space, and I used washi tape on it as well, and like a little map and botanicals and such, and added that there because it was kind of like a blank space, and I'm like, I want to put something else there. Even though it looks a tiny bit busy, I still like it. And then of course you know, a blank page. And then comes to the next prompt. Now this is a couple prompts as well. This is number 14, faded photo, which is here. And then old person here, and then antique pattern. This is both photographs of William Morris. He was a designer, an artist. He loved to be creative, and he created these wallpaper designs and patterns. And this is the same wallpaper pattern, but in different color formats. So this is William Morrison when he was older, and I have that as a prompt for old person. And this is William Morrison when he was young, and I have this as faded photograph. And then I had some extra paper left from the pattern. I was thinking about writing some stuff on here about William Morrison, some basics and everything, or just using it as a bookmark. Haven't decided yet. And then blank pages. And then my last page is a couple of things as well. This is prompts 15 written in the margins. Let's see. Number 23 book page. And number 8 words. So I have things written down here. I even have written within the margins, book pages. And then on this side I have things like, because I like pumpkin spice coffee, growth, trees, nature, animals, the seasons like autumn, winter, spring, summer, paper, fun, reading books, knowledge, learning, discovering, journey. So I consider that the prompt for words. And these are margin pages. This margin should have been up here and this one down here, but it is what it is. I messed up on that, but it's okay. And then I made little tiny tags like this with book pages on it. I thought it was cute. And then this, I use a brad for here. I put washi tape on the back of this, but you can kind of still see the brad. These were supposed to be mini brads, and when I got them, they ended up being regular size brads to me, or at least the backings are. They're not like real small, they're kind of long, but I put this washi tape on here to still see it and everything. It wasn't really meant to be like to write on or anything like that, so, but I think they're cute, and I manually cut those. It took me a couple times to get those decent and not so wonky and like not the right lengths and stuff. One side would be longer, one side would be shorter. And I tried those tricks where you turn, you cut one side and then you turn it. I still have difficulty. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I can get it, sometimes it don't work, but it worked out. I think most of them look decent and everything. And then I use these buttons. I actually sewed some thread in here, some like a sage or a dark green in here. I actually put the thread like I was sewing a button and glued them on here to look like little drawer knobs and everything. And then of course book pages on there. And then on here, there's nothing there, but I was thinking about putting something on the back of here to reinforce this page. Even though it's cardstock, it does seem a little flimsy still, so I was thinking about sooner or later putting something here to reinforce that a little bit better. And I think that's it. I think that's all the prompts. It took me a while to do these. I was so busy, I just had to work on it off and on because I had other projects, other crafting projects and everything to complete and get done. So yeah. But what do you think about that chain stitching? I got a little bit off. It's a little bit wonky, but I don't think it's too bad for my first time on doing that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you liked my first video. I'm sorry again about the I get really nervous or whatever, and I seem to do that, and I noticed that about myself lately. But I want to thank you, and please, if you would, can you like this video? Comment below, let me know what you think, give me advice, tell me if you got any. Some of you I know that have subscribed do your own channels, do your own videos, and any word of advice or whatnot would be great, because I'm still learning Like I said, I've already had technical difficulties, and I have a basic editor, but I'm still learning it. So this might be just completely raw footage. I might put something in there, might do a little work to it. I don't know what it is because I'm recording on my phone, and it seems like it wants to go like vertical instead of horizontal. So I have to do that, and then it takes a while for it to load, and it's a little crazy, but you know, it works, and hopefully everything will be fine when I upload it. It'll be the first time that I'm doing a description and everything. So if I haven't done something right or whatever, please be kind, but I am more than willing to hear your advice. And because a lot of you, like I said, have been doing this way longer than I have. I am very super new. But thank you so much for stopping by my channel, and hopefully I will have another video uploaded again. That video will actually be, I'll give you a little bit of a clue, it will be on what I received from Maggie when she did her giveaway in September for her 200 subscribers. Me and a lady by the name of Susan Gazaway, what is her channel exactly? Her channel is at Susan Gazaway Paper Crafting 3749, and she's really good at collages. I love watching her make her collages. She really inspires me when it comes to collages. I'm telling you, she's really good. Stop by her channel and check her out. But that's it, I think, and I hope you enjoyed it. I can just hope. And I also want to give a shout out to my husband. He has really been helping me a lot with this, and I really appreciate it. And again, I want to say thank you, Maggie, at Journaling with Maggie. You're a really good friend, and I'll see you all later. Bye.